The three men appeared in the alley. The one with glasses carried 2 shopping bags. The biggest man had what looked like a school bag. He held it open while the glasses man handed the third man something from the shopping bag. The third man turned away from the screen. Then he turned back and put something in the school bag. "What is it?" I asked. At first I thought it must be drugs, but it's not. You'll see more clearly in a moment. Mr. Murgan was right. The men moved, and now it was clear they were handling bundles of money. Big bundles of money. "I don't think those are 1 ringgit notes," said Mr. Murgan. "Probably 50s. If they were 50s, then there must have been thousands of ringgit in each bundle, and there were 2 shopping bags full of them. I watched more and more money changed hands. When the first bag was empty and counted, they started the second bag. The men all stopped what they were doing and looked towards the door. I'd almost forgotten about Raj Kumar, but now he was there on the screen carrying a big black bag full of rubbish. They were saying something to him. He put down the bag and raised his hands. The biggest man thumped Raj Kumar in the stomach, and I saw him double over. At the same time, his attacker kicked the back of his knees. He collapsed on the ground. The school bag man kicked him in the back of the head. I saw his body spasm. I realized I was holding my breath. The counting man opened the empty shopping bag. I knew what was coming next. I looked at Mr. Murgan and shook my head. He clicked the keyboard and the 4 men froze. After a moment, Mr. Murgan reached behind him and opened a cupboard. He put a bottle of whiskey and 2 fresh glasses on the table. "Drink," he ordered as he pushed a half-filled glass towards me. I drank. We finished our glasses in silence. Mr. Murgan lifted the bottle and poured again. "I watched the whole thing," he said finally. "I watched it every night for a week. Now at least someone else knows what I've seen." He shook his head and sighed deeply. Then he opened a drawer in his desk. "These are the men," he said, sliding a small stack of photos across the desk. They were prints of close-ups from the recordings. The images were a bit blocky, but held at arm's length. They were clear enough. "I know this one," I said, pointing at the photo of the man who had carried the school bag. "I've seen him on the TV and in the newspapers. Is he someone important?" "Important enough to have a bodyguard to count his dirty money. Important enough that he ever got caught, it would ruin his career and send him to jail."
Attention to Miss Alia and Miss Nora.
I just thought it might be for me. No, obviously not. And who's... Well, the person reading the story there, please leave alone. Whose car is this? It probably belongs to that fellow with the glasses, the one who brought the money. I don't know who he is, probably some developer or something paying under the table for a big contract. "Bastards," I said through clenched teeth. "Well, you wanted to find out what happened to your friend. Now you know." "Why did you not show this to the police?" I asked. Mr. Murgan made a choking sound that was something like a laugh.